Hannah Murray on TRE in the afternoon.
Joining us on the line now is Nick Endacott-Gibb, Maurice Gibb's son. We're going to be talking about the upcoming UK tour, The Best of the Bee Gees, which is the only Bee Gees stage show to be endorsed by the Gibb family. Nick, along with Debora McLane, who is Barry Gibb's niece, are joining up with the Australian trio that includes Evan Webster, the creator and coordinator of The Best of the Bee Gees, who's been playing Barry Gibb for 27 years. Welcome to the show, Nick.
Hi, Hannah. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Lovely to chat with you again. So for people who didn't hear our chat a few years ago, can you just explain the story of how you found out that Maurice was your father?
Well, it's been quite a journey, as you know, and, over many years. But, I was adopted, when I was 18 months old, and through the years wanted to know where I came from, where my music came from, because I've always been musical, always been singing. And it was only when I connected with my birth mother, I found her back in 2003. And she basically connected me with a guy who I thought was my father. We did a DNA test. It turned out after 2 years he wasn't my father. So after then going and seeing her sister in Scotland and connecting with her, she said, I know who it is if it's not him. And there's only one other person it could be. And she said it was Maurice Gibb. So it's literally been about 10 years of searching, writing to the family to find out if this was true, because I was told this, but I need to know if it was true for lots of reasons, not only my music, but my identity, my health. I was getting older, that kind of thing. So, and it's only back in 2019 that I finally got the DNA confirmation as 100% match as half-sibling with Adam Gibb.
Gosh, amazing. So what was the reaction from the Gibb family? I know you've been welcomed into their family now, which is great.
Yeah, initially, actually, it was only a matter of a couple of months or so that Leslie, their elder sister, contacted me and, was open arms and welcoming her new nephew, and we chatted for a long time. And she then put me in touch with Debbie, her daughter, who has been singing all her life. And, said, why don't you two get together? And immediately we did. We connected. She's in Australia, as Leslie is as well. And this was just before, COVID, before the lockdown. So we were chatting on screens, talking about what music we could do together. And it's been lovely. All of that side of the family has welcomed me. I haven't heard from Barry yet, but it'll be nice too at some point.
Nice. It's amazing how everyone in the family seems to be musical.
A lot are, yeah. It's there's a lot of creativity in the family, whether it's music or other things. But I've definitely been full of music since the age of, since I can remember. I was singing since I was 6, so all through my life.
And what was it like finding out this connection? I mean, in one way, obviously getting that understanding where the musical gene, I suppose, comes from, but also that it's, someone incredibly famous. I mean, it must be very strange.
It was initially quite a shock. But at the same time, because after so many years of searching and so many years of it all making sense that I probably was, when I did actually find out, I got that icing on the cake, with the DNA confirmation, it sort of made a lot of sense to me. But to me, I'm just happy I got my identity. I'm happy that it's from, I know where my music has possibly come from. I presume it's from him. Yes, it's amazing that my real father was someone so successful and did so much for music. That's incredible.
Yeah. So tell us about this group who've been doing amazingly well for decades. Best of the Bee Gees. How did they come about?
They are amazing as well. Debbie's been a guest singer with them for about nearly 2 years, I think now. And it's just a matter of time, because we were together doing some music. We did a version of Tragedy, as you know, a different version of that, and some other original stuff. So we were connected musically anyway, and it just sort of evolved into they contacted me and said, "Look, did I fancy coming and being involved and doing some shows?" And of course, I mean, yeah, I jumped at the chance. I've heard them, I've seen them. They're absolutely amazing. I've never seen any tribute band sound so much like who they're doing. They literally sound like the records. It's unbelievable.
And they've got the looks as well.
They have as well. Yeah. It's not Evan Webster, who plays Barry. It's not only the falsetto voice he does really well, but the lower Barry voice, the normally you call it that side of his voice, it sounds just like him as well. It's really quite incredible. They all do. They're all top musicians. Really, really amazing musicians.
Fantastic. So, what will your role be within the group and the tour?
I'll be singing a couple of ballads with Debbie. And a song on my own, as she does as well. Well, do you want to know what songs they are? Shall I tell you what songs they are?
Yeah, go on.
There are two of my favorites actually now. Too Much Heaven, which we do as a duet. It's broken down a little bit, so it's not such a full sound as like the record, but it builds up through, and then everyone comes in during the end, and it's just it's amazing. And we also do First of May, which was one of their original songs, but Lulu and Maurice did a version of it. I think it was about a year before he passed, and he was on piano, and I think it was either One Night With or an audience with Lulu, and he came on and they did that together. And I didn't really know the song that well before, but hearing it and then, going through it and doing it with Debbie is just, it's one of my favorites now. It's such a beautiful song. And we do that together. So it's so lovely, because, I've never had the opportunity to sing with someone I'm related to before. And I'm now singing with my cousin, and it's just an amazing experience. It really is.
I bet. And lovely that you're discovering music by the group that you didn't know before. Obviously, you would have known all the hits, as we all do, but discovering some of the other lesser known tracks must be lovely.
Oh, absolutely. There's songs that I'd heard of, but didn't know very well. And not just songs I didn't know and got to know now and got to really appreciate, but some of the older ones which I didn't realize they were written when they were so young, like Morning of My Life is a particular one I really like, and just hearing that come together in rehearsals and how they approach it, and finding out that he was 14, I think, Barry, when he was writing the lyrics, and obviously they all wrote together, but they were so young at the time. And if you listen to the lyrics, they're amazingly clever for someone of that age. And a lot of that I didn't realize. I'd heard of the Bee Gees, and I used to like some of their songs when I was younger, but now I really do appreciate the writing, and the talent involved, and how all these songs I didn't really know so well have just, I really like now and really got to know, and it's amazing what they've done.
Yeah. And as you say, lovely to be singing with your cousin. I guess that adds another layer to the experience of singing a duet with someone, being related to them. That's really special.
Yeah, it is. It's something, funny enough, that when I was younger, I used to like, when I was young, Everly Brothers and a lot of 50s and 60s stuff, and Beatles, of course, and you always used to love the harmonies, but I was very jealous almost of, or wondered what it was like, and how good it must be to sing with someone you're related to, like the Everly Brothers, and then later through life, Oasis and other people that just have this magic about the tone of their voices linking so well. And I always wondered what that was like all through my life, and now I'm able to do it. It's overwhelming. It really is. I can't explain what it feels like to me. I've been singing all my life, and I've been singing with various other people harmonizing through different projects and bands. And it's been great, but generally speaking, I haven't had much experience of a lot of people harmonizing with me live. But to now be able to do it and with someone I'm related to, especially Debbie, because her voice is absolutely amazing. It's such a lovely tone, and it's so seasoned and controlled. Real professional she is, and to sing with someone of that caliber as well is just it's I can't explain it really. It's an amazing experience. It's just.
So this tour is coming to the UK in September. So aside from rehearsals and things, what are you doing until then? What other projects have you got going on?
Well, we're getting an EP together of some of the older songs, some of the older Bee Gees songs. So we'll be working obviously remotely still, getting that together, getting the music together and choosing the songs, and we'll have that EP ready. Hopefully it'll be ready by the end of the summer, and we'll have it then for sale and to promote the tour as well, because we're actually I'll let you into a little secret.
Oh, okay.
We've got lots of plans for Cousins Gibb, which is the project the name we go under. We're going to be putting together a show in the not so distant future together. And we're going to do some shows initially with the best of the Bee Gees, but then eventually, our own shows, bigger shows. We got lots planned to keep the legacy alive, really, and keep the songs, these brilliant songs alive together. So we got lots to get our heads around and lots to. Work out and do for what we've got planned.
Yeah, exciting. Well, Bee Gees fans around the world will be delighted, I'm sure.
I hope so. Yeah, we just love singing the songs. We love it. It's just I feel honoured that I've been given the opportunity to be involved with this show, because it's really is a big professional show. They do some of the older songs. They do some of the songs from. The Bee Gees wrote for other artists. They and of course the classics as well, Saturday Night Fever, and Should Be Dancing and all of that. So it's quite a varied set of, or two sets of songs from right through the Bee Gees career. That's why it's called The Greatest. It's the greatest. The theme of the show is the greatest hits. So.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? I think the more people look into the Bee Gees back catalogue, the more songs they'll go, oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one as well. You might off the top of your head name 4 or 5, but suddenly you're like, oh yeah, that was there's so many. I mean, so many.
They did so many, wrote for so many, and produced for so many people, and of course, the classic theme to Grease, is absolutely incredible song. And Woman in Love, it was one of my favorites, if not the favorite of theirs. Always loved that song. Immortality, there's endless hits.
Definitely. One of my favorites is You Win Again. I'm going to play that next. I love that.
Oh, yeah, great song. Had to go. Yeah, great song.
Well, if people want to check out the tour, The Best of the Bee Gees, there is a website, bestofthebeegees.com.au. Is that the best place to go for tickets, even in the UK?
That is the best. Yeah, that's the best place to go. And there's 4 shows starting in September. And it's Portsmouth, Bath, Cambridge and Northamptonshire.
Brilliant.
So wherever you're near, whichever there's the nearest. Bath especially, I'm looking forward to Bath, the Forum of the in Bath. I've been to Bath quite a few times. Lovely place.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that one.
Exciting. Well, Nick Endacott-Gibb, thanks so much for joining us. Lovely to chat with you.
Thank you, Hannah. Good to speak to you again. Bye-bye. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.